Welcome, everyone, to the Male Mentoring VCast with your host, EOPS counselor Jairo De Leon, and from General Counseling, Chris Williams. Yes, we are here to invite you to visit the RCC YouTube channel where you will be able to access our current and future VCast. We will be discussing real-life issues that male students go through while attending college.
Yes. But that's not all. That is not all. We will be also discussing current events that are happening around the world, financial literacy, health, wellness, sports, relationships. Let's go on fatherhood, co-parenting, and single parenting issues.
Right.
And most importantly, how to have a balance between career, personal, and college life. We're also going to provide you with skills and strategies that help you have a healthy relationship all around. Furthermore, this is a free space to have a moment of real talk. Tune in and hear what we're all about.
So we encourage you to email us at our personal email addresses below and ask us anything you would want us to discuss during the VCast time. Take care, listen in, provide your input to our VCast because we want your opinion when we want your suggestions as well. So real quick, man, how was your weekend?
Oh, good weekend. It's always refreshing. It's always relaxing. But, you know, I even though the weekend is always great, I never go into the start of the week like, Monday.
Right.
I hate you, Monday.
Right.
I hate you, Monday.
Right.
Never go into the week like that. And that wasn't the norm, Jairo. That wasn't the norm. It was my wife who I used to wake up and I used to say stuff like that. Monday, why are you here? Monday, I hate you.
Right.
And my wife was like, why do you say that?
Right.
She's like, you're starting off your week bad. How do you think your Monday's going to go? And then if your Monday goes like that, how do you think your Tuesday, Wednesday? Anyway, how was your weekend?
You know what, man? I think at the end of the day, it's because we have a career.
Facts.
We don't have jobs.
Right.
Like, I don't have a job.
No.
When people go, man, I got to go to work on Monday. I say, yeah, you do you, boo.
Mm-hmm.
You go work Monday.
Yeah.
I'm going to go have fun on Monday. Like, I'm excited, literally. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Ooh.
Saturday's a sad day. Sunday's a sad day. Why? Because I ain't helping no one. I mean, I have my family time, and I love that, but I'm not really helping, hey, I want to be a firefighter. Hey, I want to be an engineer. Hey, I want to be the next mayor. Like, how do I go about that? Like, that gets me excited, man. Right. So, but this weekend was a trip, man. Did you get snow?
Yeah, I did not. I
did
did
not.
Get
snow?
So I don't live too far from the campus, so there wasn't snow. But I know Fontana, Rancho Cucamonga, everybody. I mean, it felt like Big Bear. It felt bad.
For us, it feels like Home Alone Part 2. Like, literally, man, it was crazy. Me and the wife, we were just drinking coffee, enjoying our Saturday morning. We start seeing the snow come. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, hold up, that's real snow? So we step out. My wife goes, it's going to probably be done in the next couple minutes. We're like, okay. 30 minutes go by. 40 minutes go by. It starts really snowing, man. My kids started changing. Like, hey, Dad, let me go get my jacket. Let me go.
They're ready for
it? Let me go get this whole entire suit.
You got snow gear?
And I'm like,
you got snow gear for the family?
Hey, I had to pull out my old gear, to be honest. And we've been having these slades, right? Or slades for about 10 years. Never taken them out of the garage. But this time, we took it out.
Take that out.
And
dust the cobwebs off of them.
Hey, man. But as a father, I felt great. Because I'm thinking these are the memories that I will be able to look at when I'm in my 60s. True. And, you know, with the whole potential with technology, camera. I mean, we're all pulling our cameras out.
Right.
But it was wonderful, man. I really, really enjoyed this weekend with the snow. And the crazy part, within 24 hours, it was all gone.
It was gone. It was a fairy tale. This is California. This is... I think they say 50, 60 years, something like this to this capacity has never happened. But what gets me is the driving. Jairo, I can't get anywhere without people going 10 miles an hour, 15 miles an hour. That's what gets me a lot of the times. But no, it was great. It was great for just the city. And then, we always talk about the water crisis that we're having and everything, for that to all come around. And they said that supposedly it's supposed to be gone now. But yeah, man, good stuff.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to bring up, man, I know it's the first couple of weeks of school.
Yeah.
COVID scenario is gone. So God willing, COVID's taken care of.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
But, we got some of our viewers out there that have really never experienced college. And this is the first time, it's the first semester. I really wanted to touch on basically how our first year of college was. First couple weeks.
Taking it back.
20 plus years.
Taking it back.
Right?
Ooh,
20 plus for me.
Yeah.
Remembering how the first week of college was, I was freaking out. I didn't know what I was doing. I'll be honest, I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew is if I got there on time and sat down, I'm in a good space.
So you're talking about high school. You graduated high school and going into college.
Right.
What was that process like? So did you graduate high school, go to Chaffey College that you went to? I don't even know if we're supposed to say that. We can edit that part out if I'm not. But you went to your college. Did you go during summer school or did you start in the fall?
Actually, I started in the fall. It was, I didn't know what I was doing. All I knew, my aunt said, you got to go to the college. I said, okay. I signed up. First week was scary because I saw everyone knowing what to do. I saw everybody walking to their classrooms and I'm like, where am I in the right spot? Mm-hmm. Like, am I going to the right place?
Yeah.
And then I see people and their parents, and I was blessed to have my father go like 2-3 weeks before. He said, look, I'll go with you. I'll stand in the line with you. But shoot, man, you got to grow up. That's when you got to be a man, be responsible. And I said,
did he have any college experience?
Back home.
Wow.
Back home, you would take a bus to go to your local school. Mm-hmm. So my dad said, hey, after this, you're done. Like, I can't do much. I said, all right, Pop, I got it. And to this day, man, we always remember that. Because that was the last time my dad signed me up for something. And my dad jokes about it all the time. Hey, man, you're 19. This is it. I signed you up for elementary school, junior high, high school. Like, what do you want more? I said, man, Pop, all right, cool. So college was the last time he signed me up for something, man. But it was scary. It was nervous, man, because I'm the oldest sibling. So I had the responsibility with my sisters. Leader, yeah. I had the responsibility with my other cousins. Like, hey, we're doing this, and this is going to happen. And that's what's my case, man. What about your case? How did that happen? First week of college.
The first week of college for me, one of the things that I never even thought about is when I was in high school and in earlier off air, we were talking about you in that transition program that I want to touch back on later on. Yeah. But in my high school, there was no conversation. And I'm sure a lot of you could relate to this. There was never a conversation about the most important task that I deal with on a day-to-day basis as a grown adult, such as time management. I remember never talking about credit. Didn't even know what credit was. Didn't know what credit was. Didn't know credit cards. What's the interest rate? What's an APR? I remember graduating and I went to Bank of America by myself. My parents' first generation student. And I got what was called a college student credit card. It was $600.
I remember that.
It had a interest rate of about 23%. And I spent that like it was free money.
Correct.
Before I even started college, I had, and I'm just keeping it real, I had about 90 days of default payment because I didn't know the process. In my 17, 18-year-old mind, it was, hey, they're giving me $600. Nobody's talked to me about credit. Let me spend this. Yeah. So I started off college already in my first day. Wow. Now, going to college, I go from this high school where your counselors, your teachers, if you miss a class, guess who's calling home? Your principal, your assistant principal, the administration. Right. My whole social life was there. My friends, my girlfriend, my whole life was indebted into high school. To have that taken away from me at a moment's notice. This is how I felt. going from high school to college, I had no car. So I'm taking the city bus.
Right.
Taking the city bus to my college, which was, I'm taking it from foot in learning how to take the bus. And then you get to this college and people are just walking around. Yeah. Backpacks. I had friends who were in the cafeteria just chilling all day. No, not going to class. That was the feeling. So I'm chilling in the cafeteria. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not registering on time. I'm just trying to add all of my classes.
And I think even for me, it was nerve-wracking. But the advantage that I had, I was a social bird. I would talk to anybody. If you were just hanging out, I'm saying, hey, man, how you doing? Even if you're having the pizza, a cup of coffee, hey, yo, man, how's that coffee doing? So I can imagine those, my introvert young men that go to a college and they don't speak out because they're introverts. They're like, hey, man, I don't got time for that. But it made it easier for me to talk to people and relate to them. But it's funny how you say that because I know you and I have gotten to know each other a little bit, right? And believe it or not, audience, we're only a couple years apart from the same college.
Right.
This is how trip life is. You don't know who you're going to be working with. You don't know who's going to be your boss. You don't know who's going to be influence you while you're going to college. So even reflecting on my first week of college, second week of college, it was difficult, nerve-wracking. But you know what? It was okay. Because one thing I learned was I don't need to know it all. Like that's one thing I learned. Yeah. I don't need to know it all.
But at that time, you think you do. And you think that you need to, there's a certain level of success you think you may need to achieve. But success to everybody's eyes is different.
Correct.
So showing up, and I always tell the story, my first semester just overwhelmed myself and I flunked out. Yeah. I flunked out. Like, imagine a dude right here sitting with his master's degree, almost his doctorate degree done. You would have never told me I'd be sitting here right now, relaxing, with a nice little hoodie on, just relax
on a Monday.
On a Monday. Right. But that story of failure, you have to fall in order to be successful. So it was like one of those things where you feel like, when you fail, you could relate to this. When you fail, you think, oh, it's in the world. I may have got my financial aid taken away. Ooh. I've gotten on academic probation. I've done this. I've done that. But had I have given up, at that time, I was working at Best Buy and UPS. I was working at Best Buy from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I would go to class during the day, Best Buy, and then I would do UPS, late shift, small sort, 11:30 to whatever, part-time.
Yeah.
So had I have said, hey, I'm not going to go back to college. I flunked out. College is not for me. My whole family, we don't go to college in the Williams family. We just don't. Yeah. Guess what?
And how easy would have been for us to just say, we're done.
We're done.
Because our family members don't really have that understanding of college. Right, because, for example, if my daughter, goes to college and comes back to me and say, I'm done. I said, excuse me? You're not done. It might be tough, but you need to, you got to keep going. So for me, if I would have told my family members, you know what, I think I'm good with college. I'm just going to stick to, and it's funny you say UPS because that's a lot of my experience is. UPS was a great job. Even my family was like, oh yeah, my nephew's at UPS. He's a great job because everybody knows drivers make great money. So I really had an advantage to say college is not for me. But it really hit me though that do I want to labor all my life? Do I really want to have to worry about my health and I have to work out and stay in shape to be as competitive as the younger generation in UPS comes along? So at the same time, I was kind of in that kind of limbo, right? But I think one of the points I really would like to hit today is who do we listen to? Who are we allowing our ears? The key word, allowing, because we're always hearing, but then the listening concept, right? Where if someone would have told me, you know what, man, college is a waste of time. Why are you even doing that? Look how much money I make. See, I'm rendering or I'm allowing to hear that. Or my personal experience when someone told me, you want to be successful in life, you got to go to college. So I could have either gone either way. I could have gone either way and figured out, you know what? Maybe college just isn't for me. But I realized that why not? if these people are living in a certain place, drive certain cars, have money, take trips, why can't I have that?
Why not?
Why not? You know, and there has to be a little bit of, I think when you grow up poor, there's a little bit of anger.
And resilience. Yeah.
Like, why can I have that? I want to buy that steak for $45. I want to have that. But at the same time, it's going back to that whole listening concept, right? So first week of college was me listening to people. Why are you here? I want a better life. I want a better finances for my life. And then talking to other people. Going to college. That's one thing I learned. Talk to people that are going to college. Don't talk to these people that are hanging out the house, not going to college and telling you that college is a waste of time.
And then you all have it, in my opinion, better than when Hyrule and I were growing up, in a sense that there's a lot more resources. There's a lot more counselors. There's a lot more wording regarding you not having to actually have a degree to make good money. There was no talk about a lineman at working for Southern California Edison. Right. Have you seen that page? There's no talk about welding and how you could be a union journeyman. Yes. There's no talk about a Tesla mechanic who gets benefits, who are unionized. There was no talk about that. The only thing that I remember counselor telling me is, hey, you haven't completed your A through G's. And I was like, why are you telling me the alphabet? You haven't talked to me about the A through G general education requirements my whole high school life. Right. What is that? So I think as students now, you hit a good point where you say go to college, because that is something that could never be taken away from them as far as education. But utilize these resources, utilize this free tutoring, utilize all of the free stuff that you have that's offered to you.
So
different.
Real quick, just to give the message to the students out there, what would you say to inspire, to motivate this first year of college or the first semester of college? What would you say to them?
So you all are coming in again at a time after the pandemic. Pandemic, there were a lot of mishaps. There were a lot of things that we could talk about in regards to that. But one thing that did come out of the pandemic, that you all have a lot more options as far as online counseling, online classes, in-person classes. So you could literally do it from the living room of your house. But knowing yourself, does that work for you? Does online work for you? Like that. But my message, to go back to what you were saying, is do not give up. Hang whatever your motivation is. I want you to hang that on your mirror, your bathroom mirror, when you're brushing your teeth. I want you to hang it on your wall when you're getting dressed, maybe in your closet. What is your goal? What is that light at the end of the tunnel? Is it your family? Is it your kids? Do you want a better job, a better life for yourself? And then define your definition of success. Not mine, not Hyro's. What is your definition of success? And stick with that. Don't worry about your friend. Don't worry about people who are telling you different things. What is your definition of success? What is your goal? And that's what you need to stick with.
Right. I like that. Careful comparing yourself to other people.
Yes.
I always tell people, your life or your ability is not the same as someone else's. We all are given a special talent. We're given a special gift. Do not look at someone who doesn't have kids, who's able to stay home and go full-time school while you're having 2-3 kids, trying to get a full-time job, trying to make sure you pass your classes and make sure you don't fail for financial aid. Don't compare yourself to someone who doesn't have those challenges. Now, once again, if you do come across one of those challenges, if you do come across like, what do I do now? You got 2 guys right here. You got Chris Williams, you got Jairo De Leon to be at your service. Why? It's because it's important for us.
What we do.
Exactly. Give you information and help you with everything. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your day. Hey, man, good talking.
Hey,
we'll see how it goes. We'll
always.
And once again, thank you for tuning in.